Good morning, my dear friends. Good morning, dear masters. Welcome to day 9 of our 11-day breath by breath, step-by-step approach to learning mindfulness course. Seemed like we started just a couple of days ago, and we're already in day 9, just a couple of days to go. I hope my audio is clear. Wonderful, thank you. So we've been learning several steps of being with our breath. And yesterday we had a wonderful body scan meditation, which is a common Buddhist practice to make you feel more aware of every part of our body. And it expands and elevates your awareness, elevates your consciousness to a different level, primarily through relaxation. That is all. Anytime you relax, you are in a different state of consciousness. Anytime you get stressed out, you are in a different place of consciousness. Anytime I have a bad feeling of regret, fear, anger, any of the negative emotions, I am in a different state of consciousness. Anytime I'm grateful, I feel loving, and I am loving someone, and then I'm grateful, I'm compassionate, I am empathetic, then I am in a different level of consciousness. Just a question of flipping the thought, flipping our feeling, and it's all within us. And this morning I was just looking at one of the quotes from Eckhart Tolle. He says, when you are with the breath, you are in the present moment. And you cannot think and be conscious of your breath at the same time. Either you are thinking, or when you are conscious of your breath, you are not thinking. That is what we are trying to get to, that non-thinking state, the stillness in our mind with our every breath. So before we get started with today's practice, first thing, please switch on your videos for those of you who have lost the practice of switching on the videos. And thanks to all of you who switched on your videos. And anyone who can say yes to our homework or assignment yesterday, it was gratitude. I know some of you shared in the WhatsApp group. How many of you did the gratitude exercise, felt a difference? Yes, it also makes other person feel happy. And the moment other person feels happy, and ourself also feels happy. So this is an expression of gratitude. You should have called someone, you should have told someone. It's not just thinking like we do at the end of meditation every day. Wonderful. So I'd love to see more SS. But anyway, I think as people continue to join, we'll be able to see more. Yes, the explicit stating needs to be there, right? And I think that's more prevalent in Western cultures. Saying thank you to everybody, right? Thank you to your mom, your dad. But in Indian culture, we say, okay, when you thank your mom or thank your dad, like they're puzzled. Why are you thanking me? I'm just doing my duty. So anyway, so thank you. Thanks for sharing that you did the gratitude exercise yesterday. Again, as I said, gratitude is an emotion elevating exercise. You can be grateful for every little thing. You can be compassionate to yourself. You can be grateful for everything that happens to you. So before I move on to the next step in our observation practice, I want to recall the key ingredients of a pleasant meditation experience. We keep talking about it. Number one, you have to have that beginner's mind, being curious. Every day is different. Every day's meditation is different. Every moment is different. Tomorrow we'll learn about impermanence. So everything, every day is new. So you'll have to be very curious about what is presence in this day. Beginner's mind, that is what they call it as beginner's mind. For example, a lot of you, when you joined on day one, some of you new folks, you were curious, and some of you were kind of fearful. Oh, another course, what do I do? Right? And most important thing, second most important thing is acceptance, non-judging, letting go. Whatever experience, if your experience is good, that's okay. If experience is bad, that is okay. Thoughts keep coming in, your pain keeps coming, your distractions keep coming, letting go, no analysis. Why did it pain here? Why did it not pain here? Why did I get an experience? Why did I not get an experience? So that is number two. Number three is patience and trust. As some of you have been sharing yesterday, this is just a question of time and practice. Patanjali says, Abhyasa and Vairagya, there are the two things that we need to still our mind. Abhyasa, Vairagya, Tannirodha in this Yoga Sutras. That is the solution. What is Abhyasa? Abhyasa is constant practice with Shraddha, with faith. So you just trust the process, keep continuing. Do not feel, okay, will it work? Will it not work? No questions, because as I said, it's a 2,500-year-old practice. People who are practicing it are seeing the benefits. People who are not practicing or who don't know, they don't know that this works. Right now that you know, have patience, have trust, things will work out fine. Same thing in life as well. Have patience. You're going through some problems, going through some turmoil, have patience, things will work out. And the last point is non-striving. Just like the story of the donkey that I spoke about a couple of days ago. Absolutely do not strain yourself. Oh my God, I was getting a lot of thoughts. I'm not feeling the same feeling. Should I do something different? Am I doing it right? Am I doing it wrong? No analysis. You do not put into too much effort. There's a lot of Zen stories that talk about it, right? There's one gentleman, one Western gentleman who went to learn Zen meditation in China. And he says, I was attending this 3-month course. Every day, he keeps striving, he keeps putting an effort. Oh, today I should get my meditation right. Today I should focus on my breath. Today, and he didn't get it. On the last day, he said, okay, today is the last day. I don't care. I tried so long. I don't care. Let whatever happen, happen. And he just sat there. And that's when he went into stillness, because he dropped all effort. He just let whatever was being at that particular time. He was with presence. So non-striving is another key ingredient for an effective meditation practice. Again, when I say pleasant, every meditation session, irrespective of how many ever thoughts you have, results in some pleasantness for your body, internally, externally. Similarly, results in some silence for your mind, internally or externally. So it's not always a blissful feeling. All right. So with that, let us move into the next step. So we came step by step. If you look at it over the last 9 days, we covered several steps. And we know these are the 3 parts to daily breathful mindfulness meditation. 3 pillars. We relax through equal breathing. You can use any of the breathing practices. We will talk about one relaxation practice later, one other. So we will do equal long breathing, that is relaxation. And then we go into observation. So we started with focusing, attention on your breath at your nose. And then we started following your breath, awareness of the breath cycle. Because we did our body scan yesterday, now we can be able to feel sensations in any part of our body due to your breathing. So today, the third step, we will expand our awareness across the body. You will observe body sensations. Some of you may not feel anything, which is okay. Just focus your attention on your breath and then be open to any sensation that open up anywhere. And towards the end, we end with appreciation or gratitude. All right. So the key here is attention and awareness. Attention is always on your breath, continuous breathing. First observation step, we are just aware of the breath only at our nose. Second, we're expanding the awareness to our breath cycle. And today, the third step, we're going to expand awareness throughout our body. You might feel some sensation. So again, the sensations could happen in several ways. One is due to your breathing, you can feel the movements, you can feel some tingling, you can feel some energy currents flowing, right? You can feel some happiness somewhere, you can feel some pain going, whatever, right? So that is all due to the breath. And there are different kind of sensations. You are itching, right? Your body pain, maybe the fan or your AC causing you that air on your sense. Those are all not sensations related to your breath. So you should ignore them like thoughts. So the only thing that you are going to be aware of, any sensation due to your breath. Again, no analysis. If you're feeling a sensation, feel it, and then get your attention back to your breath. That is all, right? So you should flow with your breath. That is the whole thing. You should feel your breath flowing through your body. And again, do not worry if you're not able to feel, if you're not able to experience that. It will happen. Patience and trust. Over time, as you continue the practice of meditation, this is what will happen. As soon as you finish your centering, you start observing your breath either at your nose or following your breath. And over time, you'll start automatically slipping into following your breath, automatically experiencing sensations in your body. That is what will happen, right? There is no step-by-step approach at that time. Okay. So today we will on the breath, 15 minutes of, okay, so 15 minutes of following your breath and the last 10 minutes of flowing. Tomorrow we'll flip the equation. The last 10 minutes of flowing with your breath, and we'll end with the gratitude exercise, right? I might shift the minutes a little bit depending on how the meditation is progressing, but please follow my instructions. Okay. Is it audible? I think there was an internet issue suddenly, but I think, okay, so it should be. So is it good now? With audio and internet, okay? All right. So good. All right. So I think you're able to hear the audio. So we will follow this 5 minutes of equal breathing, 10 minutes of focusing at your nose, 15 minutes of following your breath, and 10 minutes of flowing with your breath. Flowing is just, you'll have to just let go of everything. Just observe, keep observing your breath, and then flow all through your body, like some of the experience that you had yesterday. All right. And all right, my dear friends. So let's get into the posture. Remove your spectacles. Follow our normal breath mindfulness posture. Remove your spectacles, close your eyes, clasp your fingers, and allow your hands to rest on your lap. Cross your feet at your ankle. Sit in a comfortable posture. Your back straight, your shoulders, neck, and head straight. Bring your attention to your breathing and start the centering exercise. Equal, long, smooth inhales of count till 4. Equal, long, smooth exhale of count till 4. As you do that, be aware of your abdominal movements. That way you know you are breathing right. Diaphragmatic breathing. You're conscious of your inhale and exhale. And you're also making your mind focus through your counting. Equal, smooth, long, and easy breathing, my dear friends. Do not hold your breath. Do not strain yourself in your breathing. Feel your body, breath, and mind aligning to a rhythm. Feel the relaxation. Equal inhale and exhale. For the next 45 minutes, you are going to be with your breath, only with your breath. Everything else can wait. You're experiencing the joy of breathing. Now, my dear friends, we'll move on to the observation step. Please let go of your equal breathing Move your attention to the entrance to your nose and start observing your normal, natural breathing. You are the gatekeeper at the entrance to your nose, watching your every breath. The way you watch is not visualizing, just feel whatever is happening on your upper lip. Feel whatever is happening inside your nose, on at the tip of your nose. The entire focus should be only at your nose. Even if you do not feel anything, just keep watching. With your mind's eye. Continue to observe your breath like you are another person. Do not get pulled off by thoughts. Just observe. Just feel your breath at your nose, dear friends. Nothing else to do, nothing else to think. We're learning the skill of concentration and focus in this step. Continue to observe your breath at your nose, my friends. Avoid all thoughts and distractions. No effort, no analysis, no judgment. Just watching your nose breathing. See if you can connect the different points of your breath. Notice the start of your inhale, end of your inhale, start of your exhale, and end of your exhale. Observe if you're able to notice the gap in between your inhale and exhale. Your inhale could be longer, or exhale could be longer. It varies for every breath. Do not read anything from it. Continue to observe your breath at your nose. Feel the calmness. Feel the joy of concentration. Wonderful. Continue to observe your breath at your nose for 3 more minutes. Get to know the pattern of your breathing, your in-breath and out-breath. Excellent, my dear friends. Now let's move to the next step of our observation. Expand your awareness from beyond your nose and try to follow your breath. Now be open to sensations in your nose, in your throat region, in your heart or chest region, and your stomach. So that is the only parts that you will be aware of movements or sensations. Follow your breath as it travels, as it enters your nostrils and travels all the way through your windpipe to your lungs. And as it does that, there are movements and sensations in your stomach, in your chest, in your throat region. Feel those. Do not analyze. Do not allow any other thoughts. That's your beautiful breath, flowing so wonderfully every moment of your life. Just be with that beautiful whole breath. Nothing else should occupy your awareness for the next 15 minutes. Be with your breath, my dear friends. Do not entertain thoughts. If you are being bothered by thoughts, label them and send them away. Or follow the technique of counting or connecting. Be with every moment of your breath. Be conscious of your posture. Keep your back, neck and head straight. Be aware of your breathing. Be aware of all the feelings without judgment. Continue to be with the full cycle of your breath, my dear friends. Follow your breath as it flows in and out of your body. Just 10 more minutes of close observation of your breath cycle before we move into the next step. Continue to be with your breath. Be conscious of each of your breath by breath by breath. We've all been learning a lot of things from the breath. Patriji says, breath is your guru. Being with our breath silences the noise in our mind. Follow the cycle of your beautiful whole breath. Experience the joy of breathing. Feel the relaxation. Feel the calmness. You observe thoughts, let them come, let them be, let them go. Bring your attention back to your breathing. Feel the sensations, feel the moments in the path of your breath. Five more minutes of following the cycle of your every breath. Feel your breath flowing smoothly, naturally. Excellent, my dear friends. Now, let us move into the third step of our observation. Expand your awareness throughout your body. Continue to be attentive to your every breath while feeling sensations and movements throughout your body. As we know, on every breath, there is prana, energy flowing throughout our body. Feel the movements, feel the tingling, feel the sensations, feel the lightness as you breathe in and breathe out. You can continue to anchor yourself on your breath cycle at your nose, at your chest, or at your abdomen, but be open to all the sensations across your body. Allow your breath to flow through your body. Just let go, just relax as you watch your body breathing. Avoid engaging in distractions. Just feel your breath flowing across your body. Buddhists call this step as whole body breathing. Again, nothing to be done. Just observe your normal, natural breath. Be aware of all parts of your body. Your head, your hands, your chest, your stomach, your back, your thighs and your legs. Feel your fingers. Continue to observe every breath. You will feel a sense of lightness, a sense of floating in your entire body. Feel any tingling across your body. No judgment, no analysis. Feel whatever you can feel. Become one with your breath, my dear friends. Last 5 minutes. Be conscious of your posture. Be conscious of your breathing. Be conscious of the lightness, the tingling movements across your body as you breathe in and breathe out. Experience your whole body breathing. Enjoy the bliss. Enjoy the joy. Become one with your breath, my dear friends. Last 2 minutes. Experience the joy of conscious breathing. Excellent, my dear friends. Wonderful. Now, let's move into appreciation and gratitude. Slowly bring your awareness to your heart region. Recall your experience of today's breathfulness session. Be thankful to yourself. Be grateful to your time. Next, recollect three incidents, people, or things that you would like to be grateful for in the last 24 hours. Bring them to your memory one by one and express thank you to that person, thing, or situation with a deep feeling of gratitude. Next, let us express gratitude to the environment, to all the beings, all the animal beings, all the plant beings, all the human beings, which make our life on this plane livable and lovable. With that feeling of gratitude, with your body relaxed, your mind filled with peace and joy, my dear friends, let's emerge from today's breathfulness practice. Become aware of your body and position. Become aware of the room you are in. Slowly move your attention to your fingers. Unclasp your fingers. You can place your palms on your eyes and open after a few seconds. Wonderful. So how many of you felt your body breathing? How many of you felt a difference with the new step that we started following today? Were you able to feel tingling or energy movements in different parts of your body? Some of you may have felt, but others will feel it over course of time, because that is the logical step in mindfulness. Very good. Over time, as you continue to the practice, this will automatically happen. You don't need to go through the steps of focusing, following, and then flowing. Flowing of your breath throughout your body will automatically happen because your awareness and consciousness keeps expanding and your mind starts becoming silent. Great. Yeah, lightness in the body. You didn't feel your body at all. So because you're observing, the body was floating, right? So wonderful. Great. So thanks for sharing. Before we begin the session, before we begin the topic for today, quick question to all of you. A couple of days ago, we saw the 4 foundations of mindfulness. Can someone type out what are the 4 foundations of mindfulness? Mindfulness of body is one, breath and body is one. What is the second, third, and the fourth? Which is what is at 4 stanzas of Anapanasati Sutras. Mindfulness of breath and body is the first one. Feelings, mind, and truths. Yes, correct. So mindfulness of body is the first stanza, the first foundation of mindfulness. Mindfulness of feelings we practiced 2 days ago. And then today we're going to talk about mindfulness of thoughts or mindfulness of mental processes. And tomorrow we'll cover the mindfulness of some of the truths. All right. So we've been talking a lot about calming the mind. What is mind? And we've been seeing how our breath, another wonder of our breath is allows you to silence the mental noise. Like Eckhart Tolle's quote, anytime you are the breath, you are with the breath, thinking cannot happen. So anytime you're anxious, bring your awareness to your breath and you'll be able to feel the silence. So breath allows us to silence the chatter in our mind, which is what we're going to talk about today. According to yogic science, all our minds are in one of these 5 states at any point of time. There are some times when our mind is very lethargic. This is called the mudha, like the dullness. We don't feel like doing anything. We don't feel like getting out of the bed, getting out of the position, getting out of the watching the TV. We are dull mind, like a donkey. And then sometimes our mind is very restless. We call it the monkey mind, the initial stages of meditation. You try to bring your attention back to your breath, it jumps to a thought. And then you come back, it jumps to another thought. Then it jumps to a thought, it gets into the thought, all the mind wandering happens. So every time, sometimes during the day, we are in that restless state of mind, the monkey mind. And the third state is the distracted mind. You are trying to do something, but suddenly your attention jumps to something else, and then something else, and then something else, right? So you're distracted. This is how I need to do this. Oh, I also need to do that. Oh, I also need to do that. Your attention keeps jumping from one thing to another. So that is the state of vikshipita, which is the butterfly. Like the butterfly, it all keeps fluctuating. You want to do something, suddenly your mind changes. You want to do something else, suddenly your mind changes, right? So these are the 3 modes of unaware, unconscious doing. This is what keeps happening. As we become more mindful, we develop the power of concentration. Our mind becomes more one-pointed, which is concentrated or ekagrata. And then finally, due to the practice of meditation, due to the practice of all attention and ritual practices, your mind becomes still, which is the niruddha. Like Patanjali says, yogas chitta vritti nirodha. It's arresting all the fluctuations of the mind. In that mind, that moment, you are still, you are in the present moment without any waves. That is what all of us will feel at the end of our meditations. And the goal of all yoga, be it karma yoga, bhakti yoga, raja yoga, jnana yoga, is all to reach that state of stillness, which is what we truly are. But we always are worried about our experience. Is it going to be good? Is it going to be bad? We always keep judging. 100% of our experience at any moment comes from our thoughts. Our thoughts, our attitudes, our beliefs, our perceptions dictate the choices we make every moment. The food we have, the thought that we choose, the decisions we make dictate the quality of our relationships, dictate our creativity. They drive our behavior, and in the end, our whole personality traits. And a lot of studies have been conducted by psychologists that at any point of time, our experience is driven only by 10% of our conscious thinking. Whereas 90% of our experience, the feeling good, bad, pleasant, unpleasant, like we saw a couple of days ago, is driven by our beliefs, our emotions, our habits, our attitudes. Two people doing the same job, two people doing the same work, two people watching the same movie or watching the same picture will have different experiences. That is because the beliefs, the attitudes, and the programming that a person has is different from the other person. Some people will feel very strongly about certain things. Some people will be okay. Some people wouldn't even mind. The thing out there is the same, but our perception inside changes. Why is all that? That's because of the mind. We'll talk about it. And as we reinforce our thoughts and feelings over time, you have a thought and associated feeling. You repeatedly have that thought and feeling, it shapes your attitude. You repeatedly have the same attitude. Like, for example, you doubt some person has cheated you, and then there is another person who's also cheated you on some financial transaction or whatever. Over time, we form a belief that people out there are there to cheat you. You don't start trusting, right? Lack of trust becomes your attitude. You believe that people cannot be trusted. And every time, every relationship, every conversation, every interaction you have will be colored with that lack of trust. And beliefs shape your perceptions, like you perceive all people to be not trustworthy. Or maybe some things, for example, your fear of dogs, fear of a certain animal, fear of certain people, fear of speaking. So all those get shaped because of all these thoughts, feelings, attitudes, and they build up. And they all get bottled up in our wonderful mind. This is kind of an illustration of the mind from the book Illuminated Mind. So if you look at it, all our assumptions, attitudes, beliefs, concepts, everything are stored in our memory storehouse, which is also called chitta in yogic literature. And then we have the manas, we have the buddhi, and we have the ahamkara. Your senses, sensory mind, your intellect, your thinking and emotional mind, and your narrating mind, the chitty chatter mind, your ego self. And if you look at it, all these happen without your knowing, without your conscious knowing. And what you're aware of is very little, those moments of consciousness, which we call as moments of consciousness. If I take the analogy of the dog barking that we took a couple of days ago, right? When as a kid, as a child, I listened to the sound of the made by a dog. And someone says that is a dog. So you see that there is 4 legs, a tail. I know it is a dog. And your thinking mind attaches the tag dog, and this is the sound of a dog, and it gets stored in your memory storehouse. Next time a similar sound comes, immediately your mind says, oh, that is a dog, that is a cow. So you distinguish it. That is what is the purpose of the thinking mind. And then suddenly, when you go near a dog as a child, someone tells you, do not go near the dog, it will bite you. Immediately what happens? There is a coloring of fear, a coloring of emotion. And then that gets stored along with the picture of a dog. The next time you hear the dog barking, so immediately what happens? The thinking mind tells you, the intellect tells you, this is dog, this is the sound of a dog. And depending on the sound of the dog, it will tell you how far you are away. And then your ego self says, oh, beware, it might bite you. And then someone tells you another story. Someone had a dog bite and they went and had 14 injections in their stomach. I don't know. It's probably not true now. Similarly, there's an additional element of fear. That fear becomes a lot more stronger, and that's again stored in your memory storehouse. So next time you have the same incident happening, your experience of that particular incident is colored by the emotion, colored by the fear, along with the right things that your intellect is pointing out. And this experience varies. It could be a person, it could be a situation. Like I mentioned earlier, when I used to walk into that meeting at Microsoft, I used to be seeing a lot of people in that conference room. And immediately my conditioning, my assumptions, my attitudes, my beliefs told me you should speak the right way, Sai. Otherwise, they will judge you. Otherwise, they'll think you are not able to do that work. So all that coloring starts keep happening. And that is what conditions you're speaking. A lot of you might have felt that when you practice the exercise of mindful speaking, right? So what is wrong here? Your sensory mind, your ears, nose, your eyes, your thought, everything is bringing you the right information. Your intellect is telling you the right thing. This is a dog. This is the person. This is how you need to speak. This is how you speak English. This is how you speak Kannada. This is how you speak Hindi. All that is good. And then your ego self is always trying to maintain your identity, right? Making sure you are safe and no one is harming you, right? But what is, and then emotions are also fine, as we learned. Joy, fear, anger, everything is fine. But what is the problem is the coloring, right? The programming happens through the coloring. And Patanjali talks about it as equivalent word in Buddhist literature as well. Patanjali calls this as kleshas, the 5 kleshas. And that is how imprints are formed. So there is ignorance, ego, attachment, aversion, and fear. Raga, dvesha, avidya, asmita, and abnivesha. So anytime a thought is colored by desire, attachment, like, or by aversion, dislike, or by fear, fear of losing your identity, fear of death, fear of being wrong, or your ego trying to say, no, you shouldn't be doing that. You are in this role. You shouldn't be doing this, right? So that's what ego does. And of course, ignorance. I did not know. Ignorance is what leads to all the other stuff. And now we are learning the wisdom. And that is how we get programmed. So anything that gets stored, these imprints, you see here, right knowledge or wisdom that you experience is fine. But when they are colored by any of these kleshas, like I mentioned, is what gives the problem. And then because it is in the subconscious mind, that is what comes out faster than what you get in your conscious mind. So the whole act of mindfulness, how do you treat those kleshas? How do you remove that coloring? Over time, over past lifetimes, we've been accumulating that karmic footprints or karmic imprints or kleshas in our mind. The way you do it, according to Buddha and Patanjali, is 2 things: awareness and non-judgmental attention, which is what is mindfulness, which is what we've been practicing. All right. So mindfulness has its 2 wings. We've been learning that awareness, strong awareness, and then undistracted, non-judgmental attention, undistracted awareness and non-judgmental attention. That is what we've been seeing, right? So when we did the feeling exercise, the moment you felt anger, immediately there is a gap. You know that you are feeling angry. And that is where you start correcting your things. And over time, you'll start responding or your behavior changes. And the beautiful thing with meditation is as you go deeper, as you kind of silence your mind into your theta and delta waves, as your brain gets into theta and delta waves, there is a cleansing that starts happening. Automatically, your memory gets cleansed of those fears, cleansed of those cravings, cleansed of those attachments. The next time that similar thing happens, you will not even feel the craving. You will not even feel the fear. You will not even feel the dislike, right? That is the beauty of meditation. So the breathfulness meditation that you're doing, it increases your moments of awareness, right? You're able to be aware because your mind is not thinking like you did the exercise of mindful speaking. And it harmonizes the subconscious mind. There are not too many thoughts. There's only one thought at a time. And then it deprograms the stored habits. Your habits change. You don't even feel that urge to do the same thing again, to think the same thought again. So that happens as you continue to the practice of mindfulness meditation. 2 things. One is cognitively your responses change and automatically your desires, your kleshas start disappearing. How does it happen? Let's come back to it. So Joe Dispenza in his wonderful books talks about how when your brain gets into, we saw this on day 4. So when your brain gets into from beta to alpha to theta to delta, you are feeling that calmer mind. That is when your subconscious mind gets that energy, and it starts cleansing a lot of those imprints, cleansing a lot of those habits and behaviors. And if you look at it, this is how it is. There is this conscious mind, which is where your logic, your willpower, that's your front part of your brain, and then your subconscious mind, which is your emotions, your beliefs and habits. And then all of us have our own intelligence. All of us have our intuition, our spontaneity, our creativity. And as your brain goes into slower frequencies, slowly your subconscious mind shrinks. Your subconscious mind becomes less active and less active. We heard that an emotional part of your brain gets silenced. And over time, you will not be bothered by those fears. You will not be bothered by those anger or those old thoughts. And as you do that, as your subconscious mind starts becoming smaller, you'll be able to access your intuition. You'll be able to access your spontaneity. Suddenly, you'll be feeling very creative. You'll be speaking the right things at the right time. You don't need to program yourself. This is what I need to speak, right? And as we say, meditation calms the mind, cleanses the unhelpful emotions, and then connects to your intelligence, connects to your innate intelligence. And that's the power of breath mindfulness. All right. So there's a big science behind it, but this is what happens. Cognitively, you try to change your behavior, and implicitly, some of these things happen. You will continue. I mean, some of you have been practicing mindfulness meditation for a long time. You'll observe suddenly the craving for coffee goes away. Suddenly, that craving for sweet or that particular food item goes away. Suddenly, the craving, like I was answering yesterday to the ma'am, suddenly over time, you'll not even mind. Or you didn't talk to that particular person, or till yesterday you might have been worried about some person, and suddenly you'll not even feel it. You're okay even without that worry, right? Which is good. All the good things happen, and as you do that, you will experience a lot of those. You will experience a lot of those synchronicities happening. Once your mind starts calming down, once you get into those theta and delta states throughout the day, you'll start things happening. Suddenly things will fall in place. Suddenly magic happens. Suddenly some situation that you are worried about goes away. Suddenly someone changes outside because you are changing on the inside. All right. So that's what happens. Again, as we saw, breathfulness or mindfulness of your breathing not only calms your mind, most of the concentration meditation, focusing here, calms the mind. But when you're mindful of your breathing or mindful of something, it also cleanses. And once that cleansing happens, you start getting connected to your innate intelligence. The 3 C's, calming, cleansing, and connecting is what breath mindfulness brings in. Before we dive into questions and sharing of experiences, there's one other exercise that I wanted to share a bit earlier, which I'd want to share now. This is another relaxation exercise. Some of you may be aware. This is called a box breathing or square breathing, another relaxation exercise. In this exercise, what you do is you breathe in for a count of 4. Some of you are already doing a count of 4. You breathe in for a count of 4. You hold for a count of 4. You relax, breathe out, exhale for a count of 4, and then hold for another count of 4. You continue doing that for 5 minutes or 3 minutes. Again, this is for people who can do that. For others, your equal breathing is there. You're too anxious, you don't have too much time for equal breathing, then this is another quick relaxation technique. All right. So you breathe in. As you breathe in, count 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold for 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold for 1, 2, 3, 4. And breathe in 1, 2, 3, 4. So that continues. So that's the box. And similarly, there is There are different breathing patterns. There are, I think, 2-4, 4-4-2-4 as well. And there are a lot of different techniques that you can find on the web. All right, my dear friends. So with that, that is the breathfulness. That's what helps. That's how breath mindfulness meditation helps cleanse your mind. And that is the structure of the mind we spoke about. And today's exercise is related to the mindfulness of our mental processes. So again, Buddha and Buddhism call those as mental processes because it's a combination of thoughts, emotions, and feelings. It's not just thoughts. So today's exercise is understand those 5 kleshas we spoke about. The kleshas are ignorance, ego or preserving your identity. 3 is liking, desire or attachment. 4 is dislike or aversion or hate. And then 5 is fear. So today's exercise is every 2 hours, have a check-in to your thoughts the past 2 hours. Every time you feel bad about something, right? Look back and see which of these kleshas are coloring your thoughts and note it down. If you're feeling bad, if you're feeling very good, like we did that exercise of pleasantness and unpleasantness, the pleasantness and unpleasantness is because of one of those kleshas, right? Contemplate which of those kleshas. Why are you fearful? Okay, that worry came because I was a fear of something. Why are you fearful, right? Or you got angry. You are angry because either something happened which you did not like or something you wanted to happen did not happen. So the moment you become anger, trace that back to the kleshas. Okay, these are the 5 kleshas. Thought, your emotion, and the klesha that you map. Just note it down in your journal. Every 2 hours, do that mindfulness of your mental processes. Note it down in your journal. It again increases your awareness. So next time when you feel that thought, you'll be a lot more intelligent, a lot more wiser too. And then over time, you'll lose the thought. You lose the coloring of the thought. Having the thought is fine. Like yesterday, there were a couple of questions, right? Okay, I had something happen in the past, but I still regret, right? So that regret, there's no point regretting. There's nothing that you can do about it. So let go of it. All right. So quickly, I think we just a few minutes will take any important questions related to the practice or related to the session. And anyone of you are available to share your experience, you can do so. I'm not sure if anyone from our stillness retreat team wants to share here. Meanwhile, let me look up the questions. Yeah, some of you are saying, I see a question. When I try to follow my breath, I lose it. I don't feel it all the way. That is okay, ma'am. I felt heart throbbing sensation between my eyebrows, pressure often. Yeah. So throbbing sensation between eyebrows is okay. If it's bothering you, try to focus your attention on that so that it doesn't bother you. And losing awareness of your breath, yes, our attention keeps varying. That's okay. So as you continue the practice, you'll start you'll be able to continuously be aware of your breath. Why can't meditation be done lying down in a sleeping position? Absolutely. You can do it as long as you'll be able to aware of your breathing and be conscious of your breathing. Right? It's a lot of people who are unwell. They're lying on a bed. We can't force them to sit and be conscious of your breathing. So you can definitely be conscious of your breathing. You can definitely do your focusing, following and flowing, even when lying on your bed. But for the initial stages, for all of us trying to learn, it's always that erect posture. Because as I said, just keeping erect, keeping your body straight, even avoids a certain amount of thoughts. How do you judge ignorance in your thought? Ignorance is basically, yeah, so I think a good question. Patanjali has this grading of knowledge. What is knowledge? Anything that you've experienced yourself is what is wisdom. Everything else is knowledge. There could be things that may not be true for you as well. So ignorance is basically something that you've not experienced personally, or you've not seen someone experience it, right? So that is what is ignorance. And again, ignorance is not knowing why, not knowing if that is true or not. That's what is ignorance. While meditating, when attention went to body, I couldn't hold my posture, couldn't sit straight any longer, felt restless. After that, I wanted to move, stretch, and couldn't sit still. So good. Yeah, it's you. If you are unable to move, if you're unable to be restless, you could change the position. But the technique for moving up into a next level of awareness is to focus or observe that restlessness. That's what Vipassana teaches. If you are restless, so be it. Observe the restlessness. Nothing will happen. Right? Feel the restlessness. Be with the restlessness. Be with that pain for some time. That will elevate your meditation, elevate your awareness even further. Body breathing, I couldn't understand. I kept focusing on nose. Yeah, so sir, I think you probably missed that point. So during the last flowing stage, what we are doing is we just continue to be aware of our breath. We're allowing our awareness to expand throughout your body, right? You will feel the energy movements, energy currents throughout your body. And that's what we call as whole body breathing. That is all. There's nothing that you need to do differently. This other question, I was feeling very anxious at heart chakra during meditation. Should we focus at that point and breathe, or through practice of meditation, the anxiousness will go away, sir. Anxiousness will go away. And if you're feeling bothered, then you can place your attention and awareness at your heart to let that anxiousness go away. So, right. So again, let's not judge. Today I was in a different zone, absolutely no feeling of body. So what was giving the experience, right? I mean, obviously the level of awareness has elevated. You're completely conscious of your breath, man. So no judgment there again. Enjoy the feeling. Today was awesome. I could feel all the stages. Yep. Wonderful. So good. I think we don't have any more questions on the chat window. So today's exercise is a lot subtler. I will share it on the WhatsApp again. Meanwhile, I think we have some closing question and observations from Ashok sir. Let me unmute. So please feel free to raise your hand to share experiences. We just got a couple of more days left. So it will help inspire a lot of other people as you share your experiences. Yes, Ashok.
Sir, my gratitude and regards, sir. And very, very structured program. I must appreciate it, sir, and a lot of insights in this particular program. So I must appreciate it. So my small question is, sir, in this mindfulness practice, we are doing relaxation, that is correcting our breath and relaxing our body. That is the deep belly breathing as well as long equal breathing. And then we are doing focusing on our nostril, that is the concentration, increasing our concentration. And third is following the breath. And the fourth is expanding our awareness by observing our breath in the entire body. Now, with this process, we always remain conscious. So our meditation aim is to become unconscious, unaware about ourselves. So it will automatically come that state, because we are daily, when we are practicing this practice, this is very good practice, sir. Everything we are achieving. But if we want to connect to the higher consciousness, then we have to forget ourselves. So that state will automatically come. That is what my question is. I am able to put my question in the right words. I think so. I don't know.
Yeah, good question, sir. I understand your question, but I think the way you are talking about all the steps seem to make it a bit complicated. The whole idea is to structureize it. But yes, the whole idea of meditation is to become conscious of each and everything, right? It's not becoming unconscious, right? As you walk through the steps, like you said, right? So first we are trying to become conscious and aware of our breathing. right? Being conscious of your right breathing. That is why we focus on abdomen, right? Right breathing. And then we focus on relaxing ourselves. We are being conscious of the relaxation. Then we are trying to gain attention. That is a step of focusing. Then we are slowly expanding our awareness to our breath, to our body. As you continue to feel, continue to become attentive to your every breath, every sensation, right? Your awareness expands, your consciousness expands, right? As your consciousness expands, right? You've been attending a lot of sessions. We move from our frequency of awareness changes from the material world, from matter to energy, right? So you elevate our consciousness, and that is when a lot of magical things happen, right? You understand you are not your body, you are not your mind, you're not your breath, right? So only one correction to this thing is, yeah, the steps increase that awareness step by step, right? Nothing complicated. And towards the end, the whole goal is to leave you in that super conscious state, not unconscious state.
Yes, sir. Yes, super conscious. I meant actually super conscious only.
Okay.
Yes,
Wonderful.
sir. Thank you, sir. It will automatically come. That state will automatically
come. Yes, yes. Even during the 11 days, a lot of you would have felt that, right? So basically, once we drop the thoughts or drop the thoughts bothering us from our mind, we're automatically in that state, like I showed you in the picture today.
And thank you, sir. Today I am able to exhale from my nose also. So by practice,
Wonderful.
I think, yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yes, wonderful. That is the right way, sir. Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
All right. I don't see any more hands raised and any more questions. So wonderful. Okay, so there's one hand raised. I didn't see that earlier. Yes, Sundar sir, can unmute.
So it was a very relaxing session. Thank you. And you had addressed my query just a few minutes before, but I want to voice over my question. So the thing is, when you said we have to let the body breathe, so I was kind of having the question like, should I visualize something like the air in our breath percolating to the rest of the body, something like that, or we should imagine the entire body intaking some air, something like that? I didn't get that clearly. So it would be helpful if you can elaborate.
Yeah. So that's what you continue to be aware of your breath. That is all, right? And then as you are aware of your breath, there are a lot of sensations, energy flows happen in your body, with your body. So in that state of flowing, that is what we do. So we just flow, we just observe the breath or prana flowing through our body. That is the essence. And the way you feel it is when you feel the sensations, right? So that is what happens. That is what is the flowing. So there's nothing to visualize, nothing to nothing to do differently. Continue to observe your breath. At some state of awareness, you'll start feeling the tingling, you'll start feeling the sensation throughout your body. And that is what we say, your body is flowing, your breath is flowing through your body.
Okay. So maybe after a few days of practice, that stage will be there. Okay.
Yes, in a couple of days. Yes. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
So we have a hand raised from Uma Shankar sir.
Yeah, good morning, sir. Atmanandan. So it's a very good session you have told, but I have a very small minor question. See, when I'm doing the meditation, sometimes the neck will pain or sometimes the legs will, because of folding the legs and sitting. So during the course of meditation, if that happens, can I adjust myself or immediately become aware?
Yes, you can adjust. Do not open your eyes, but again, bring your attention back to your breath. But you can adjust your legs. You can keep your neck straight. You can make the movements. Yes.
Sometimes the head will bow down actually, but after
you can correct
I
it.
notice. Yeah. So no problem. I can take a support of the wall or something.
Yes, absolutely.
It can be possible, sir.
It is possible. Yes.
Like a lean to.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, you can lean back. You can flex your legs, but do not open your eyes. And then continue the same process of attention of your body.
Thank you, sir. Okay. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. Yes, we have Monica, ma'am. Monica, ma'am.
Yes. Good morning, Sai, sir. When we inhale and exhale to the count, you say, of 3 to 4, I find that a little unnatural. My breathing takes 5 counts. I inhale and exhale to 5 counts. Is that okay?
Absolutely fine, ma'am. Absolutely fine. So yeah, every for each one of us, it's different. If you're able to do till 5, very good. No issues.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, my dear friends. With that, we will end today's breathfulness practice session. And as I mentioned, be mindful of your thoughts during the rest of the day. Every time you have a thought and a feeling, be mindful of what is causing. Is there a klesha? Is there one of those 5 things that is making you feel that way around a thought? Thoughts are good, but those kleshic thoughts is what causes suffering. So be aware of that. And as always, continue to practice mindful eating, mindful walking, mindful sleeping, mindful thinking, and mindful conversations as well. So continue to be mindful in all the activities that you do, and that only enhances our experience of mindfulness. With that, let's end today's session. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. I'll see you tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. IST. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.